And the words we use is Atman and Brahman. Now these are very subtle ideas. Very few people can relate to it. So now come in all the gods and goddesses. In order to relate to the subtle idea of who are we, what is this all about? Because it's so subtle, we require a lot of, if you like, icons, a lot of imagery, a lot of narrative. Now you see, this is nothing new. In ancient times, for example, ancient Greeks, when they're trying to make sense of the world, they said, there is the sun, and there's the moon, and there is the water, and wind, and fire. And they said, now, in order for us to relate to these natural forces, subtle things, how to define, they say, let's personify them. So you have the sun god, and the water god, and the wind god, in the Greek philosophy as well as Hindu philosophy. So we are trying to, in order for us to grasp reality, we were kind of personifying forces of nature and trying to build relationship with these forces of nature. This is natural. Human beings, we need to some handle. Imagine a human being 3,000 years back, in order for him to relate to fire and air and wind and water and all that, he will try and personify them, turn them into images of Agni Dev, Varun Dev, like that. So this is a natural process that we adopted in order for us to get a handle on reality. So far, so good. And this is where all the gods and goddesses come in the Greek mythology as well as Hindu mythology, if I can use the word. In order for us to personify some of the greater things that we possess ourselves, we try and project this idea as a superhuman. I'll give you some example. You see, we like to think that, look, everything must have a creator, and like your mom is creating you, like that, the whole creation must have a creator. And we said, let's call that person Brahma. It's not Brahman, Brahma. So we created the idea of a super personality called Brahma who is in charge of creation. Then you observe another thing. Somebody must be here to look after all human beings. So we say, that personality we call Vishnu. Somebody who is going to kind of, regulate the world that is already created. So this is, if you like, the ancient idea of trying to personify subtle things. Now you may think that this is not right. It's like compromise. We all do it even today. You may be very surprised. In order for us to grasp subtle things, we create certain, kind of imagery, iconography. It's you can't escape it. I'll just give you an example. You go study physics, basic physics. You learn, this idea of Newtonian physics. Two lumps of matter attract each other, and the force of attraction is called capital G m1 times m2 over r square. These are scribbles. These are just symbols, m1, m2, r square. You see, in order for you to understand the subtle thing that is called gravitation, you created this kind of iconography, this language, mathematical language, to get grasp on it. So every field requires this kind of iconography or imagery or symbolism in order to relate to it. And religions do the same. For example, Abrahamic tradition, they thought, the creation must have some creator. We call it Almighty God, Father in heaven. So this idea of trying to get a grip on reality, we create some imagery. Look, this is our creation. Hindus say we create God in our image.